Friday, June 5th, and it is the district-wide Ketchup and Pickle Day. I'm Mayor Runfelt, and I'm here with your latest Lincoln Park news. Please remember to sign in to the attendance form that can be found on the Lincoln Park Board of Ed site. Also, make sure to use your LinkPK email address. It was 40 years ago this month that I graduated from the Lincoln Park Middle Schools. So number one, a big shout out to my 1980 classmates of Chapel Hill School. And number two, I have a message for the 8th graders this year. Many things have changed due to the coronavirus. As students, you have had to make changes to the way you attend school and the way you learn. Interaction with your teachers, your friends, and extended family has been limited. You have missed entire sports seasons, class trips, and dances. Most sadly, the pomp and circumstance of your graduation day has been altered. Graduation is an important celebration of the accomplishment you have achieved. It is also important to your family, friends, and teachers who have helped you complete this part of your education and helped you prepare for high school. Although we will not be able to celebrate your graduation the way or the day it had been planned, it is no less important. Acknowledge the tremendous success you have realized and the dedication and hard work it took to complete. Make that same effort in high school and you will do great. I am sure that I've read to many of you in first or second grades during the Read Across America Day in the elementary school, so I'd like to leave you with something from Dr. Seuss. You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself in any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know. You are the one who will decide where to go. 8th graders, congratulations on your graduation. Have a great summer and enjoy all that high school has to offer you. Now back to the news. Attention all students, the virtual art show is coming. The website with all the information on artwork submissions will be going live on June 10th. The World Cup tournament enters into the quarterfinals. Yesterday, we saw the results of the second half of the round of 16, meaning there are 8 teams moving on to the next round. Let's go now to the sports desk with Mr. Winston to see who will be moving on to the semifinals.
All right, Griffins coming from the World Cup Sports Desk today. I'm Mr. Winston with Tyler, and we have the quarterfinals today to report on. Let's get right into the scores. First up, we had France, which is Miss Holly and Mr. Curtis's homeroom, face off against Portugal, Miss Morganroth's homeroom. The score of this game was
1-0.
Wonder who had won. What do you guys think out there? All right, instead of holding you in suspense, France scored the 1 goal. France, you are moving on. Miss Morganroth's homeroom, this is the end of the journey for you, unfortunately, but great job in the tournament. Again, 1-0, that was Miss Holly's homeroom. Next up, we see Belgium, Miss Stroh, face off against Mrs. Riley's homeroom, which is Brazil. We do have highlights of this game, so let's cut to the highlights and see who won this game.
For this.
right, as you just viewed, we saw Belgium, Miss Stroh's homeroom score,
1,
and Miss Riley's homeroom scored.
2.
All right, a little bit of the highlights. I don't know if you noticed this. The first score of this game was a penalty kick for Brazil, and then they jumped up to be 2-0. In the 90th minute, Belgium scored a late goal. However, it was just too late to get another goal. So we see Brazil, Miss Riley's homeroom, is moving on. Miss Stroh, great job in the tournament. You are the 6th grade champion. However, this is the end of the journey for you. Great job, great competition. Our next game, we see Germany, Mr. Spencer's homeroom versus Poland, Miss Koldike's homeroom. Both of these teams have been doing very well in the tournament. Let's see what the scores of this game was. Mr. Spencer's homeroom scored,
3,
and Miss Koldike's homeroom scored.
0.
All right, so Germany continues with big scoring games, 3-0. Germany's moving on. Poland, Miss Koldike's homeroom, again, great job in the tournament. This is the end of your journey for you. Next up, our final game of the quarterfinals. So Uruguay, the custodians, face off against Mr. Neal's homeroom, Croatia. The score of this game was Uruguay scored,
0,
and Mr. Neal's homeroom scored.
1.
All right, so that means, Mr. Neal, your homeroom is the final 8th grade homeroom that is in the tournament. That wraps up the quarterfinals. So tomorrow, we are moving into the semifinals. We're going to see France, Mrs. Holly and Mr. Curtis's homeroom face off against Brazil, Miss Riley's homeroom, and then the final semifinal game will be Mr. Spencer's homeroom versus Mr. Neal's homeroom. This will determine who is in the finals. So stay tuned to that broadcast.
Today we have the birthdays of Brandon Cabral, Jarrell Hernandez, and Catherine Kiefer. Happy birthday, all. Today for lunch, please enjoy something healthy from your pantry or fridge. I will be having boiled tofu with braised asparagus and Brussels sprouts. No, I'm only kidding. I'm going to have a nice protein shake with some fresh vegetables. Thank you for inviting me to do the news today. It has been an honor and a pleasure. Have a griftastic day. I know I will.